once upon a time, in a place called
Florida,
there were two animals. Those animals were
a zebra and a lion.
a zebra and a lion, and their names were
Farty and Phuedy.
Farty and Phuedy. Which one was Farty? The zebra, the lion was Farty, and the zebra was Phuedy. Okay. Now, normally, zebras and lions are not friends because lions like to eat zebras. But Farty the lion didn't eat zebras anymore. In fact, he didn't eat any animals because that's how he got his name. Whenever he ate animals, he became very farty.
So right before he ran, he farted?
Anytime he did anything, he farted. And so people would just make fun of him. And he finally discovered it was because he was eating animals. And that was because during a particularly dry summer, when all of the animals went away to find water, there was really nothing for the lions to eat except for some fruit that was hanging from the tree, and most of the lions didn't like the fruit. But Farty was able to eat it, and what he discovered is when he ate the fruit, he didn't become farty. So he had decided he was not going to eat any more animals. And so he was on a walk one day, looking for some different fruit because he got a little tired of eating the same fruit every day.
And if he eats bad food, then he will fart again.
Possibly, but anyway, he was walking through the savannah, which is a big wilderness area where there aren't a lot of trees. And so
and right past Florida, there's savannah.
Right. So let's change that. He was not in the savannah. He was walking through the Everglades.
What are Everglades?
The Everglades are a really big swamp, and a swamp is an area where there's grass and water, and the water's not very deep. But underneath the water, there's a lot of mud. And so you don't want to go walking around there too much. But there are places where there's land. And so he was walking along looking for some fruit, maybe some bananas. Even a nice orange would be nice, he thought. And so he was walking along trying to find some fruit when he heard a scream. And he went running to find out what the screaming was about. And he found that there was a zebra that was stuck in the mud, and he was screaming and crying and going on and on and on and being really overly dramatic. Oh, I'm going to die. Oh, I'm so young. Oh, I don't want to die in the mud. Look at what it's doing to my fur. I'm all muddy and dirty. So he was just being silly, really.
Was he a grandpa?
No, he was not a grandpa. But he was very emotional about the whole thing. And Farty came up and said, "May I help you?" To which the zebra replied, "Oh no, there's a lion, and now I'm gonna drown in the swamp, and I'm gonna be eaten by a lion. Oh, why is this day going so bad?" And Farty said, "I'm not going to eat you." And to which the zebra, Phuedy, what was his name? Phuedy? Phuedy, the zebra, complained, "Oh, if it isn't bad enough, now I have a lion who's lying to me. Oh, he's a lion, and he's lying to me, and oh, I don't know how this day could get worse," at which point it started to rain. And then the zebra went on and on about, oh, it's raining, and oh, I'm getting wet, and oh, it's just going to make things even muddier, and oh. And Farty said, you know, if you just calm down for a minute, I might be able to help you get out of the mud. And Phuedy said, well, you're not going to eat me? And Farty said, no, I don't eat zebras. And Phuedy said, why? Don't you like us? And Farty said, you give me gas. And Phuedy said, oh, there we go now. I'm not even good enough for a lion to eat. And now he's insulting me, saying I give him gas. To which Farty said, if you want my help, you need to shut up. And so Phuedy was quiet, and Farty started digging around in the mud, trying to loosen up the mud around where Phuedy was stuck. Finally, Phuedy was able to get out, and Farty said, there. Now, do you think you can make your way back home without getting stuck again? And Phuedy said, yes, I think so. And so...
why does he feel like crying still?
Some zebras are like that. They just want to cry all the time.
Oh.
And so...
And some other stories?
Yes, and some other animals, and sometimes people. They just want to cry all the time about everything. And so Farty continued on his way, looking for an orange or a banana, or maybe even a pineapple would be nice.
Or a peach.
Well, but there weren't too many peaches in the Everglades.
Was there 2 or 1 or 3?
But occasionally a swamp cabbage was good too.
What is the swamp cabbage?
The swamp cabbage is is part of a small palm tree. Some less educated people refer to it as hearts of palm, but those of us who know better know that it's swamp cabbage. And so he was going along, sniffing around, trying to find something that he could eat, when suddenly he heard a cry. Ah! And he thought, oh, not again. So he headed back in the direction of the crying, and he found Phuedy, and Phuedy had gotten himself stuck in some weeds. They were very sticky weeds, and they had stuck to his fur, and he was not able to get out. And Farty said, what is it now? And Phuedy said, oh, I'm going to be stuck here for the rest of my life, and vultures are going to come and pick away at me and eat all the skin off my bones. Oh, all they're going to find here is a bunch of bones in a pile of these weeds. And Farty said, I can help you get out. But after this, I'm going to take you home, and you need to stay there because you are a menace to yourself and everyone else. And so Farty started chewing on the weeds that Phuedy had gotten stuck in, and found that they actually didn't taste that bad. And so he ate and he ate and he ate until finally Phuedy was free. And so Farty said, okay.
The stickiness that he loved.
Well, the stickiness didn't bother him that much, but it did leave some sticky stuff all over Phuedy. So Farty said, okay, show me which direction you live in. So off they went, Farty going in the front to make sure that it was safe, and Phuedy following behind.
And Phuedy tells him the direction.
Right.
Where he goes.
Yep. And so they finally got to where Phuedy lived, and Farty said, okay, now you need to stay here and not go anywhere. There's plenty of grass and stuff for you to eat here. You don't need to be wandering around in the Everglades getting stuck.
Was it done raining now? Was it done raining?
It finally stopped raining, and that's the way it is in Florida. It rains for a little bit, and then it's over.
Florida?
Yep. And so Phuedy said, well, thank you so much for helping me get back home. I was so glad. And Farty said, that's enough. No more of that. And so Farty was about to leave when Phuedy said, wait, can we be friends? And Farty said, well, I don't know. I'm not sure we'll ever see each other again. And Phuedy said, oh, well, then you at least let me give you a hug before you go. And Farty said, oh, okay, fine. So Phuedy came over and gave Farty a big hug. Until finally Farty said, you can let go now. And Phuedy said, I can't. I'm stuck. The end.